And we're back.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back to all your favorite smells.
Been just a minute. We have had life happening recently, so
Yeah, nothing too crazy this last week.
tends to
Just
happen. Well, not this last week, but I mean the week before that, the week before that.
yeah,
Um, so
yeah, that
this
was
is
a little
one thing I
pretty
was gonna
super
bring up
busy.
to you before we got on, but it doesn't matter.
Mm.
I was trying to do a tester with my interface and this was literally last week after we just had our casual. Well, we didn't. Well, we streamed, I guess, but
Yeah,
it was a little bit less um, of a thing. And when I got home, I wanted to mess with my interface and see if I looked up a video on using Riverside with the the Zoom,
yeah,
and surprisingly, there was a couple of them. But I went to try out, some of the suggestions that they had in these short little 10-minute videos, and I was going to do like a tiny stream just
yeah.
to see if I could actually stream with it.
That'd be cool.
And I didn't even get a chance to do that because YouTube was like, "Hey, you're not eligible."
Eligible.
And I was like, "What? Why am I? What do I have to? How are you streaming? Like, is that because you have streamed via Discord so many times, like
No,
with your games, or what?
it's definitely not connected like that. It's that confuses me because the whole point of YouTube is anybody can post on YouTube. There should be an eligibility thing. I've never heard of that. That's where I'm like
Yeah,
confused, because there's nothing stopping me from just hitting live streaming or posting something on YouTube.
I didn't have a lot of time to
Yeah,
mess with it. I was doing it
super like
really quickly
yeah,
before it was like I was gonna sit down and eat and everything, and
that's
so I
fair.
was like, huh, I'm gonna have to come back to that. But then I haven't had a chance to really get back into it and
Well,
diagnose what that was. I didn't use Riverside because I took myself off the paid Riverside plan because I just wasn't using it. I don't want to pay for it if I wasn't going to use it.
yeah,
And so I just thought I'd try going directly streaming through that interface, and it was with the new line in that I got, all the things that, like, small things, but things that I needed for it to work with mobile devices like iPads and phones and stuff like that.
yeah,
It was showing that it was connected. My iPad was being seen, and uh, I don't know. I mean, the whole Zoom profile popped up
hmm,
when I plugged it in, so I knew it was that part was working. So just impromptu, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna try to do a quick stream." So I was just
yeah.
wondering if there was something that you like, some prerequisites that had to happen before you could actually stream.
Not that I'm aware of.
Huh.
I do know getting to the actual like streaming part and getting the stream to start is always pretty difficult.
It
I just
just
don't think it's that very straightforward. You know,
There
like
was a one
remember when
button.
I struggled with it when
Yeah.
we were doing this before, or starting to do this on the live streaming end.
Uh huh.
And I would like be like, how do I know when the stream started? Just
Right.
all those
Well,
things.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to dive back into that, but it's something I've been looking forward to doing. Is just like I'm parsing out my time, and then
Yeah,
when I get back to it, a lot of times I have to like go over everything that I've read again, um, because it'll be like a few weeks, which is kind of dumb on my part. It's just you know time management and remembering that I had planned on doing that. So anyway, we can get off that subject. So what is all the craziness that's happening in the gaming world that you were telling me about?
Um, Grand Theft Auto 6 got super leaked this last week. Bunch of gameplay footage of the game has come out recently. So this game is so big that they have done zero marketing for this game. Basically, they've done two trailers over the last like 3 years
Right.
for Grand Theft Auto 6. They're some of the most viewed trailers on YouTube. Those two individual bits of marketing. Otherwise, they haven't done anything. Besides, like I guess some screenshots here and there. But they have on the 27th. They have some gameplay,
Right.
some official gameplay, real gameplay for the first time that they were going to show off. And the controversy behind that was that it was a paywalled ad, basically, because it was premiering on Netflix for the first 6 hours. So this has never been done before, ever, in the gaming industry at all. They made a deal with Netflix to show gameplay, but
Yeah.
like have it exclusive to Netflix.
Huh.
You know, like a video game trailer. It will be on Netflix for 6 hours before it would be on YouTube and everywhere else. So just a weird deal, a
Yeah.
paywalled ad, like for real. Though the whole goal of getting people to get Netflix just to get to see GTA 6 as soon as possible. So,
Really? It
yes,
seems kind of shady, man.
it is just dystopian because it's literally a paywalled ad. It is an ad that is, if you want to see it as early as possible, would be you'd have to get a Netflix subscription. You know,
I feel like most people have that.
yeah,
I mean, Netflix.
it's just
It's like the
weird,
gateway drug to the rest of the streaming world.
I guess, and it's not like people use streaming.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of just like burn the witch kind of mentality with GTA 6 because Rockstar is like the biggest out there when it
Is
comes
it?
to game development. Yeah, they're like the biggest company. I'd say one of them for sure. Maybe if like nah, they are like the
They
biggest.
cover they cover Red Dead and everything.
Yeah, Red Dead and Grand Theft Auto, some of the biggest games. You know.
I mean, those are the only two that I wouldn't even know.
Oh, back in the day, they had quite a quite the roster, but in the 2010s, they started to they had studios around the world, which is pretty common. But what they started to do is they would take those studios and have them all work on the same game for the first time. So Red Dead 2 specifically was the culmination of every Rockstar studio around the world. Um that's why it's like so expensive and why it's like so detailed and good,
Right.
you know? Um but yeah, so recently this dude called Cyberleak who has like this meme coin and stuff like that he's promoting. It's got it plastered all over the fucking gameplay while they are
The whole
showing it
thing
off.
just becoming like a way to sell other
Oh yeah, it's definitely a money
products.
making scheme. They're doing it to get people to pump this like coin, because people are rabid to see these like gameplay and to see more, But it's like the gravity of this says these situations have happened before too, where Grand Theft Auto and like Red Dead have had leaks come out before they come out,
Right.
but they were always way smaller scale than this. This game is like got the same level of security as like some secrets in the fucking Pentagon and shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and the group that is like committing these acts apparently clearly have things that are going on. Oh, that's me.
Oh.
One sec.
I didn't think you had to do anything
Uh, I
other than
wasn't.
just be on there, and then I would join.
Nah, yeah. There's extra steps.
Hmm. Okay. There we are.
Yes.
Um.
But
So
yeah.
basically, just what's the controversy here? Just the fact that it's like they put it on Netflix.
Well, that's one of the controversies, and that's more of like to Rockstar themselves and like
Yeah.
just how kind of greedy they are.
You said it
Whether it's
was leaked.
Rockstar or yeah. So somebody like before these projects come out, a lot of games and stuff like that. It's like seeing them an entire movie before it was supposed to come out. Like the movie got leaked
Right.
before its release date, so
Yeah.
like you could just like find it online for free, which kind of defeats the purpose of like everything they did, right?
Yeah.
People can just see it and know whether it's good or not before your like planned release date,
Yeah. Of
like
course.
and
Just
it could actually
undermines your entire.
a game of this scale, they are like putting everything around it, like it affects the scheduling of everything. And like PlayStation itself is expecting to see a huge amount of new people buying
And then
PlayStations
when's the? And I'm
specifically.
sure that you've already said this, and I apologize. I was
It's okay.
distracted by trying to figure out what was going on over here. But
Yeah.
um, when's the release date?
November, right around my
Still,
birthday.
God, I feel like you've been talking about this for
Years.
a
It's
year.
like it's been 13 years since the last Grand Theft Auto. And then it's been like 10 years. No, 8 years since their last game. So it's still like it's been quite the wait. Um, ever since I first beat Red Dead 2, I definitely was sitting there just being like, imagine GTA 6. Like I
Right.
cannot wait to get to do this again.
Yeah.
And I can neither confirm nor deny if I have seen these leaks. You know,
Why?
because it's like the last guy that leaked GTA 6 straight up got sent to a mental
Yeah,
institution.
but why would you even say this live if that's the case?
Oh, because like everybody's talking about it. I've
No.
said the stuff that like is okay.
Well, then you
I
can't confirm
have
or deny.
not. I may or may not have seen them. I cannot tell you.
Who are you
I've
working
heard
for?
reports though. I've heard plenty of
Who are
reports.
you
There's other
working
people
for?
talking about. I know what's in these videos. I just haven't seen them.
Okay.
Nah, but yeah.
Well, hey. Um,
Who are you working
can you
for?
confirm that this is not all a bunch of just bullshit hype just to kind of,
No,
upscale the release itself?
no, it's definitely not. This is real, and it's like really bad because like the threats that are being made now. They're saying that they have a build of the game.
From who to who?
The guy that leaked the shit, his name is Cyberleak or whatever, his alias. Like you gotta remember this guy, and it's probably a group of people. Like people have realized
Well, I
and
mean, he
started
warns
trying
people
to
in
like,
his actual handle.
yeah, but
What's
that's
gonna happen?
well, that's the thing is they're saying that these guys are very encrypted. Like they have no way to track these guys right now through any of the way the how they are making these
I have
crypto
a hard time
deals.
believing this is such a huge deal.
No, but the it is a huge deal. Their stock has dropped like 10% already because like investors are like, you're fucked. He says he has a copy of the fucking game already and he could release it. He says he has it on a dead man switch. If he does not wake up every day and go to his computer and type in a little code, apparently the game will shadow drop. The broken like little cuz he has like he probably doesn't have a full version of the game. It is
Oh my
huge.
god.
This
I
last
wish
week
that
has
we
been
had
insane.
cameras so that
I
all zero people that are watching us could see me roll my eyes. Because I just don't understand that. I don't.
well, you like it has been so fast the developments that have been happening this last week. I get home every day from work, and I get on and I see like the new one, and I was like sitting there hoping. Like at first, when leaks happen, it's kind of cool, especially when you're this excited about something and it's this secretive. Like usually a game you will never see the light of day until it drops. Um, it can be fun. It's fun
Mhm.
to like see a leak here and there. But they are so dangerous because situations like this happen where these fucking dudes that have it are like trying to strong arm them and be like, "Give me money or I'll ruin the whole game for the entire like fucking thing." You know,
Mm.
it's like as if Lord of the Rings, right? The last one's about to get out, or like Star Wars. Everyone's so excited to see the new Star Wars and stuff, right? When
Mm-hmm.
they were making Episode 7 and stuff like that. And people, and if you spoiled Star Wars, right? Like if you spoiled the ending of Star Wars before, like people would get fucking pissed and like want to
You know what this
fight
kind
your
of
ass.
reminds me of, and it only peripherally reminds me of because it's not quite the same thing, but it makes me think of a um, when entertainment kind of edged into the real world of life and death, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that, pardon me while I fucking think, um, the guy that okay, so there was a guy that wrote the book, The Godfather, and then there was a director, the director that the fuck was that? If anybody, they're going to be screaming out. I don't know. I don't remember what the director's name for Godfather is, and that's
Isn't it
definitely
Scorsese
retarded.
or
But
am I crazy?
huh?
Isn't it Scorsese or am
God
I?
damn you! I think you're right. Um,
I
but
thought
anyway, so
I thought he made like almost all the good
there was
monster movies.
there was basically it was almost like what you hear about with and here it comes. Here's my intro
Mm-hmm.
with the UFO stuff, but it was almost like what you hear about happening when there's a really good UFO alien movie that comes out and people talk about how the spooks come and like, hey, listen, we're gonna advise you
Mm-hmm.
on this story. Well, when The Godfather was being made, or rumored to be being made after the book was written, um, the mafia came in and was like, "Yo, the fuck." Because the book was out, so everybody had already read that, and they're like, this fucking guy is fucking telling all our secrets, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they're like, a movie? The fuck out of here. Sorry, I shouldn't do that, but
I think it's good.
I couldn't help it. It's just like
It is
it's
kind of true.
a
It's
knee
like
jerk
actually how
reaction
they
to
taught it.
like do that when you're talking about the mafia. But they did get involved,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Listen, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this with us."
Yeah.
There was a whole. I watched a documentary about it, and I can't really go too much further into it because I watched it really fast and I was like, "Oh, that's really interesting and cool." And then I didn't absorb or retain a ton of information from that documentary, but it was really interesting. Um, and that's where the real world kind of, rubs up against the world of, and I'm sure that it happens way more than we realize
Well, I was gonna say it
with
happens
sensitive
a lot
subjects and stuff like
in
that.
mafia movies because
Yeah.
the families will be involved in those movies, especially the ones that are like about the Irishman or like
Mm-hmm.
other kind of
Oh,
bigger name people.
yes, 100%.
Their families aren't involved and are definitely always kind of swaying things in the
Look,
family's direction of being like, "Hey, he wasn't, like we're good, like."
you're gonna make us look bad.
Yeah,
Make us
exactly.
look bad. We're gonna
And
make you feel bad.
and it's not always true. A lot of Scorsese films, you know, I'm pretty sure portray it pretty accurately as
But
to
that's the
like the
thing is,
level
I
of like
don't think that it skewed
guy that they are.
anything.
Yeah.
I think that if anything, it's they wear it like a badge of honor.
Yeah.
I think it's like it adds to their mystique, and it probably damn, see, pop filter.
Yeah.
It probably makes them seem a little bit more threatening and intelligent than they actually are. Um, as far as that specific scenario goes. with the Godfather and stuff, because the crime families and everything, they for a civilian kind of militant organization,
Hmm.
they're, I guess, pretty tight, you know,
Well, they're definitely a
but
gang.
they're not like, that's what I mean,
You
is like
know,
they're not,
like
they don't have,
it's not like guerrilla warfare
it's
type
very
of thing,
loosely knit.
or
It's very loosely knit, but that's what makes
yeah.
it kind of precarious, is because like some motherfucker go off half cocked, be like, that
Well, it's
betrayed me in a way that I did not like, and um
it's kind of like the
I'm gonna do
idea
something
of
about it.
new gangster versus like old gangster like that. Because an old gangster, they
Well,
would
what would you
would
consider
kind of
old gangster though?
with a mafia fucking like 1920s fucking
1920s,
type of
like,
guy, like
yes,
wears a tux, you know, kind of there's like
Chicago
some
gangsters.
yeah, some kind of like ayo like Anna type of shit, you know. And then
Yeah.
like the new ones, there's definitely like
No,
none of
those
that,
these were
you know.
not new ones. This is a,
Well, yeah,
it was
but
still,
that's the thing is they're both gangsters
it,
because they're criminal organizations that benefit off of crime,
wait, what
like
are we talking about?
specifically.
Both.
Well, like hood fucking whatchamacallit gangsters nowadays, you know, like the fucking black community.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, no, what I'm saying is like, um these guys,
yeah,
I mean, they weave themselves into the politics of whatever state they're in, and then a lot of times into national politics, right?
yeah.
So that, um, the Italian mafia in the United States has historically had a ton of power. I
Yeah.
mean, the Kennedys were allegedly connected, in some
Uh-huh.
way, shape, or form. There's been other. Um, he's the his administration and his family are the one that comes to mind, most notoriously. But those guys would get involved in movies that were made about them
Yeah.
if there was a danger of them being portrayed in a way they didn't like. What always kind of cracked me up about that was that, what are you afraid of? That they're going to portray you like you're murderous thieves, and might be, intent on, your family surviving to the detriment of everyone else. And they're like, yeah,
Well,
and
they
that's
always
fine as long
wanted
as it's like that. You know what I'm saying? We just don't want to be, don't make us look weak.
they want them to look like honorable thieves too, you know, like they would do things for like the community and be like a family man at the same time, you know. But in all in all, it could just
Kind
be a
of.
man with huge impulse control problems, you know, just like a fucking killer who just like some dude talked to him wrong, right?
From what I remember with the story about the interaction between the mob and the making of The Godfather, was that basically they just they wanted to be involved.
Yeah,
They wanted to check it, and if they didn't approve of it, then they wanted to be able to say no, you can't put this in there.
yeah,
Ultimately, it seems like they were aware of, the fact that they're portrayed as criminals, and they don't care
yeah,
about that as long as there's no way to specifically finger individuals that are
yeah.
important to them.
Exactly. As long as it's like
It
past
has to be
crimes
vague enough,
or
something that can't be acted on.
yeah, people that are
And
already
yeah,
in jail,
yep.
things like that. They, you know, they've turned a new leaf. They've been through jail, but they made the deals, got appeals, whatever. They're out of jail, and now they tell their story and sell their story to then make royalties
It,
for
and
those
of
type of
course they
things.
want to make their little bit on off of it as well, which I'm
Yeah.
sure they did.
Well, it happens in every facet of the criminal world. You know, if there is a guy who is really, really good at robbing banks, right, and he is successful for years and years and years, decades and decades of getting away with it, and then they catch him, that guy is gonna get out of prison, and not because he like has a lot of money or even per se or anything like that. He's super valuable. You know, that guy can teach
To somebody.
the government wants that kind of guy on their side. You
Yep.
know, the FBI, anybody will definitely be like, hey, here's your deal. You can work. It's like the dude from Wolf of Wall Street too. It's the
Hmm.
same thing. Like he was very
Well,
good
he
at like
did his
doing
thing.
those
He did his
things.
time,
Yeah,
and then after that, he was more than happy to
but I think he took
just,
a deal too to like lessen his time. Like that's a pretty common thing with like
of course, but
fraudsters, robbers, stuff
what
like
they're
that.
also
Not
doing when they do
killers.
that, no, what they're they do that too.
I believe that,
the
but maybe
The
just not as
serial killers
publicly.
do it, and they don't make money from it, but
Yeah,
they really love the fact that they're getting FaceTime, that they're getting some type of notoriety, that their name is going down in history.
I see.
Um, and some of them have been blatant enough about it to actually say that, you know.
Yeah,
But the same thing applies to, again, I mean, we are just talking about this stuff. A lot of this stuff is just opinions of what we think. We didn't like sit here and look everything up and Google everything because this like literally just came up,
yeah.
folks.
Just rolling.
Anyway, yeah, it's just the idea of going down in history is a huge draw to any organization, any loosely knit or tightly knit organization. The mafia, the mob in the United States, they are notorious for enjoying their notoriety.
Yeah,
They enjoy the fear that they engender because it creates a shield
yeah,
of sorts for them. Um, and going back to the other side of that with things like movies about anything that has anything to do with UFOs that might be slightly on the mark,
hmm
the CIA and the Air Force got involved with were very were very were very were very they were very mob like about their approach
yeah,
when they would reach out to people, uh, and that's where the whole idea of the Men in Black, that's where that came from. Originally, I I think there's people that actually think otherwise, but
mm.
they did approach that in the same way. Um, like, look, it's all fine if you do this. We're not here to mess with your movie or your story. We just want to make sure you get the facts right, you know? And what that means is we want to make sure that you get the facts the way we want you to have the facts.
Yeah,
And the mafia did that. Now, the reason why I segued into that with this whole GTA thing is because it sounds like somebody's getting really big for their britches. And they are,
Rockstar, like
yeah,
the developers of the game.
yeah. And like
They're
it's,
throwing the weight around. That's what we've been talking about with them the last couple times I brought them
yeah,
up. How they've just been doing shit that's made the fan base more and more upset. Not particularly with the game itself, because again they haven't shown any of the
because it becomes
gameplay
not about the
or
game now.
well, it's about what they're blocking off and what they're charging. It's always about how they're monetizing this game, you know? Because there's been so much money put into this game and the level of hype for this game is like pretty unmatched. There's never been a game that's been more anticipated at this point in time.
Hmm.
It is the culmination of like 30 years of uh, gaming at this point. It's like one of the oldest IPs that's gotten to be like, get this big,
It's a long
it
tenure.
is. Yes, especially in the gaming world, like
By
shit
the way, I just have
dies
to point out
easy.
that I went on a really long, wide rabbit trail, and I did bring it back
Yes,
to GTA. Did you like that?
I did. It was pretty
Nice.
smooth. I think it was
We're
pretty
getting
good.
better. Anyway,
But yeah, it is very interesting to see this going down and seeing the levels of it because it's just like feels like a movie to a degree where it's just like this was
might
always a
be at some point.
possibility, but the fact that it's like actually happening like this and the bad ending is out there right now where it's like, dude, this guy could drop the game at any moment and it's super fucked up, unfinished state, and like really really hurt Rockstar. Like genuinely cost them like billions of
This guy
dollars.
has got to be. I mean, if I was in his position, I would
Mhm.
feel like a mark. I'd be worried a little bit. I mean, corporations are powerful,
Yeah.
and if they know where he's at and they think he could be a problem to a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate like that, man, his life is. I would say that just so based on what you've told me,
Hmm.
he might be too well established and known to just like up and die, right? Because that's too suspicious. Like they couldn't like just get rid of this guy for dropping like
Like
before he
like
just because
them.
he's got the ability to possibly drop the game early.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't be able to make a move like that.
Nah, they would totally if they could get his ass. I have
You
no
think
doubt
they
in my
still
mind they
would?
would get him. Oh yeah, and they would just take it on the chin
They would just
because
be
they
like,
do not.
"Oh, it was a bike accident. Yeah, the dude liked to ride bikes. That car came out of
Oh
nowhere."
no, I don't think they would do that. They would. The last dude that did this, there was one leaker. Like the last time GTA 6 got leaked was back in 2022. And it was another like actual real case because there's false reports all the time, every day
Yeah.
for GTA 6 leaks. Um, ever since 2020, and so when that happened, that was a pretty big deal. But it was like they like caught his ass almost
Yeah, but
immediately.
caught him how? Like
They found him.
legally?
Yeah, they found his. As soon as you do that, that is like it's a super big project. It's contracts. Like these guys have the Avengers, us
But he was
like
just some
team
guy, right? He's
lawyers.
not
Yeah,
like he's not
it's
breaking
usually
any
a.
NDAs or anything like that. So he's
Oh,
not
he definitely
contractual.
broke an NDA.
How
If you
did
know
he sign
any,
an NDA?
yes, if you are in any way involved with
So
the
he was a
development of
part of the.
GTA
And
6,
again, I was distracted by what I was trying to figure out on my
yeah,
fucking uh trying to figure out why I couldn't see what you could see.
yeah,
Um, when you were explaining some of this, so the guy actually originally worked
yes.
for them.
If
Okay,
you
I
have
missed that part.
any kind of information on GTA 6, especially footage, you are breaking the law. You know, if you fucking share that shit,
That's
because that
fair.
is like, it's
That's
one of the
fair.
biggest. It's how Rockstar does it. It's how
It's
they build
corporate
their hype.
espionage.
They don't have to spend money on marketing. They literally like their game markets themselves because of how like reputable they are in the like gaming world. You know, people give a fuck about what they make
When I
because
came back
it
in
stands out.
to like paying attention to what was being said
Yeah.
exactly, it sounded like it was somebody that had just got in, had like a hacker,
Well,
somebody that was
yeah.
able to like find the information
Well, that's
and
why
leak
it's
it
a
because
leak. It came from somewhere.
doesn't make sense that
Somebody.
somebody that signed an NDA would risk
They do.
all of that.
Well, that's the thing. So this guy, this new dude,
A
um,
professional?
he's definitely a professional, and they're thinking it's a group of guys now because it's just so well set up and
Why
like
would they
hard
do
to
that?
find him because they are literally printing money. They're scamming the fuck out of people right now with that whole meme coin thing. They're doing all of like the same fucking moves, and this goes into NFTs and all sorts of shit like that. Like they are
And meme coin is just
scammers.
another crypto.
Yes, it's just crypto, but it's harder to trace. It is like literally why they cannot find this dude. It is so precise. Like your money could disappear into fucking ether trying to trade with these fucking dudes, you know?
Hmm.
But people are fucking greedy.
I'd never heard of it.
Their greed knows no bounds. They're in the apple of Eden. GTA 6 is on the way, and yet they're like, I must eat the apple now. I must see it now. I must throw my money at
Well,
this
one thing
stranger
that
online.
okay, so the one thing that bugs me
Yes.
about that specifically is that I'm sorry, but if you're putting your money in any crypto, because there's so many of them,
Yeah.
it's been proven that you, you are throwing your money into the ether pretty much now.
Yeah.
Because it was touted as this just like lock tight way to have your currency be untraceable Well, this is the way it was touted. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that's what it is.
It's
Starting with Bitcoin, okay, as a way to uh, keep it out of government hands, keep it out of any centralized organization's hands, and you only had control of it. And when it did come around, I was thinking, one, as soon as you put anything out there on the internet in the ether, it's I mean it can disappear. Like all you have to like you
not.
have one thing. So why people love gold and to a lesser extent cash. You know, you have one thing happen, one glitch in the matrix, so to speak, with the internet, and your entire fortune disappears.
It depends.
It
Um.
would disappear.
Well, like
If that
your bank account is like on the internet. You know,
it's on the
your
internet,
money
but
does exist.
you still have a brick and mortar
It's in their institution, and there,
institution
yeah,
that is connected with that, and they're
yeah.
responsible for it. You give it to them. I don't give a
Well, if you
shit
like
how many ones and
trade
zeros that
online,
represents that money. They have your money, and if they don't have it, this is what caused the Great Depression. Is the banks didn't have people's money anymore.
well, it's more digital now than ever. You know,
It
and I think
is,
that's why
it
they
is, but
keep
that's why they.
printing money so much right now. Is because like
That's the difference
the
between
inflation
crypto.
between digital and real is like it's pretty big.
It's
You
the
know.
difference between crypto digital and brick and mortar digital. It
Well, I don't know
is.
too much about crypto or like the stock exchange or anything like that, but I know that like those have their own separate bank accounts that you put into on their
Yeah,
institutions and like
they
have to have
but they're
portfolios to
it's not it,
even use
but at
them.
the same time it's not the same as an organization that has been around for 100 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're giving your money to a place like whatever Chase, okay? Just
Yeah.
use that as an example. That bank is taking responsibility for your cash, for your physical money, not
Yeah.
your digital money that you like made and turned over online and then made it grow, in however you're doing that. I mean, there's it I'm not saying it's not actual money in today's world, but that money, if it was gone, it's gone. If your money disappears by no fault of your own, uh, because of something that happens with you know uh, some type of hack or incursion of some kind,
Yeah. A security breach.
the the bank itself accepts responsibility for your money, and they owe it to you. And when the stock market crashed in 1928, it was a similar thing that would happen if the internet went down and all of people's crypto disappeared. People would try to be people if there would be no warning basically if
Yeah.
that happened. At least in 1928, there was a run on the banks. People knew that there was a problem with the stock market. There was a crash. There was a run on the banks. People started withdrawing all their money. There was not enough money to cover all the withdrawals.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, everybody was looking around like, holy shit, our money that we thought was safe is not safe. Well, our the global economy had to recover from that. That rippled all the way across the globe.
Hmm.
Because even at that point, um, United States currency was huge on the global market. I'm not a crypto expert, but I do know. I'm not even close to a crypto expert, but when it came about, they were developing it like it was a new form of the internet, its own internet, basically.
It felt like they were making a convoluted thing for scams more than anything.
Well,
You know?
that's kind of what it has turned into. But that's the very first thing that all law enforcement agencies decided. They're like, this is the perfect place for things like the Silk Road and stuff like that to pop up and use as a
Yeah.
way to spend money and be untraceable. It became almost immediately traceable
Yeah.
because they got in there and used all of their. They say they have limited resources. They have unlimited resources if they want them, and they took all of their crypto experts, their digital techies that knew how to work the exact same systems that the people that were using cryptocurrency illegitimately for. They knew all of the same things that those people did, and so they would go at they just created all these honeypots and things like that, to where there still is. I don't even like see how people are still chasing cryptocurrency or trying to create it. It's not safe
Well,
anymore from really anything.
well, that's the thing is like it is kind of like a stock or something like that, where its prices fluctuate greatly. You know, individual coins, because Bitcoin was available for a while before all of a sudden it exploded in price, and that's when people started really paying attention to cryptocurrency, and like kind of like the general public kind of understood more what the fuck was
Yeah,
going on, because people were literally giving away bitcoins like they were $20 bills
I know
when
what
they first
happened
came
with
out.
Bitcoin when it came out. I was really interested in it. See, it
And
was
the people that
fascinating.
held on to those bitcoins all of a sudden earned themselves a nice fucking payday, you
Mm-hmm.
know. um
There are, or there were, and are
mhm.
people that made their fortune on the advent of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But I do think that the eventual rollout of all of these new cryptocurrencies um, have kind of become the downfall of the idea of cryptocurrency as a way for people to save and have and spend money in general safely. I don't think that it will be as status quo as they once thought it would be
Yeah.
because of the holes in the original philosophy behind it. It God, I knew. I mean, I studied this a lot when it first came out because it was fascinating. But what they were trying to do was create something that had a that was open source. Was There was no centralized organization that was holding on to it. Therefore, because because of that fact, your information was safe. And look, and I'm repeating this off of like out of like threadbare memory from 10 years ago when I was like really fascinated by it. Um, and about 5 years ago, it's kind of started to crumble as far as I could tell. Even as people were coming out with new digital currencies,
Yeah.
what it seemed to become was not this safe place to keep your money away from the prying eyes of any bureaucracy or anything like that, but it became a place that was easily hacked, um, and had all of these pitfalls. You could accidentally, I mean, kind of like the internet now. It's not,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know about you, but kind of have to tiptoe through the internet at this point. Like if you are really good at the dark net and things like that, then you just have to be somebody that's really good at it. But the average person who went, who used like back in like early 2000s, mid 2000s could just kind of roam through the internet and feel pretty safe about it. It's not the same anymore. You have to have like all of the uh, uh, VPNs and everything just to like protect yourself, and it's so cumbersome that it makes it not even worth the time to sit there and do anything that is sensitive, like
Yeah.
with your money, unless that is all you do, and you know how to keep everything nice and tight and locked down.
Yeah.
But the cryptocurrency boom has definitely ended.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the boom that it was when Bitcoin came out as like the golden new wave of currency exchange of the future. You know, a global currency. It's not what it was touted to be at the time. Now,
Yeah.
and so this meme coin, I don't understand how anybody, other than the people that are using it and robbing people,
Yeah.
how anybody would trust it. I mean, you obviously know more about that part than me, and I'm not like I'm just saying what I
That
know
part I
up to
get.
this point.
I don't really know anything about crypto or really the meme coin itself or anything like that. You know, all I've heard is that it is apparently a very secure way of like doing transactions without having it being able to be traced. You know,
Yeah.
far smarter men than me have already gone on YouTube and like explained completely how they're doing it. You know, like
Really?
yeah, like the people. That's like one of the reasons why this like event and its unfoldings are interesting is
Yeah.
because like usually it is a disgruntled just ex-employee or fucking somebody who can't resist recording it and putting it on knowing it's gonna get lots of clicks and stuff. This is an organized attack,
Except they just ruined their life when they
premeditated,
did that.
like
Now they have to look over their shoulder forever for a long time.
that is how it is. Yeah.
Hold the fort 2 seconds.
Copy that. So yeah, very interesting. We don't know what the future of the game looks like. But I'm hoping it doesn't get spoiled. Get to see the ending just through playing the game. I'm not really a fan of leaks. I do think they hurt game development more than anything. But what are you gonna do? You know, once the leak happens, it's out there. It's such a bummer. It's such a bummer. Like I said earlier, it can be fun sometimes to get to see that stuff early, but too much is definitely no bueno. Getting to play it and experience it, that's where the real value of those games come from. Just seeing it just to see it, it's not the same. Huh? Ah, psycho.
Okay. I'm back. And by the way, at any time we're talking about this stuff, we can like anything while we're doing this, fact check anything that like is falling out of my dumbass mouth. I don't care. Like I'm like when we're getting into a conversation that like reaches into the dark corners of my memory, I'm going there because at some point I was fascinated by it and read into it, but then was like, psh, let it go and stopped reading about it. But that sparked a memory about, um, the enigmatic creator of Bitcoin and
Mm-hmm.
um, where it's actually gone from there until now, and my kind of peripheral observation over the past however many years of what of its development has seen nothing but its de-evolution, not anything as far as I can tell. I mean, and I know that you're not claiming to be a crypto, um, be knowledgeable about, cryptocurrency or anything like that.
No,
It's
it's
just
just
it
a
has
part of
something
the
to do with
story.
this story.
Yeah.
But I don't. I what caused that segue is I don't understand. I guess how people are falling for anything like that has to do with a cryptocurrency after all the bad press that's
There's
happened.
a long range of people, I guess.
Apparently,
There's just countless that would never touch it, and probably countless that would 110% touch it. And then, even if they put in a little bit, it's 100% worth their time. You know,
yeah.
from how I understand it works, and I have no idea. Um, Obviously, I care about the game. You
That's
know,
what
and that is how I
this
have
is
ended up
about.
seeing that stuff. And it's cool because, like, on the game side of things and the speculation and a lot of the hype that I have talked about, like stuff that might actually be in this game, has proven to be correct. You know,
Yeah.
um, like the development of this game has been watched by so many different fucking eyes. It has been like impossible for them to keep like most of this fucking shit tight, except the actual story itself.
Right.
But otherwise, it seems like we know a pretty good amount of what will already be in this game. Like anybody who has been paying any attention, like to the actual
It's not going to stop you
goings
from
on.
getting it.
No, I'll, I
I
will
don't
buy it.
think.
No, definitely buy it, and
And I
play
would
it.
say you're probably a good representation of the majority.
I don't know. Usually in these situations, I'm definitely not with the I guess like the main side, and it's usually what I would call the Call of Duty goobers. You know,
Mm-hmm.
those are the people that buy Call of Duty every single year,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just because it's Call of Duty.
Like it's a new iPhone or something.
Yeah. Um, but I think it is different because the last one was 13 years ago. It's not like these games drop
Right.
every. It's like an event when these type of games come out. So it's like be there or be square. I don't know. That's how I've always felt about it because there's like genuine hype behind it. These guys have always been pretty good at what they did, and I'm excited to see if they still are.
I'm gonna
It's a
say no
part of
matter
the
what,
fun. Like
it's gonna
even if it's
come out.
disappointing, it's kind of like, and from what I have, from what I may or may not have seen from the leaks,
I still don't understand why you say it that way.
I don't know. It's kind of just a joke at that point because I think like
You have an inside scoop that we all don't know about.
no, Reddit is not an inside scoop. You just
Exactly.
go on Reddit and it's like there, you know. Um, but yeah, I've seen it, and from what I've seen, it looks pretty good. You know,
I have
and
a feeling it will still make a. Well, I feel like it'll make its necessary profit at least at this point.
I think no matter what, that's like a guarantee. There's no way people. There is one guy. He bought like 300 copies or some shit, and it probably was like more than that.
Pre-ordered?
He pre-ordered like hundreds, if not thousands, of copies with the plans to
Why?
scalp them. He spent $51,000 or some shit like that. One person.
It's not like they're gonna run out.
No.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Why
and
would you
they
do
already said
that?
we're not doing physical copies.
Why would the why? I don't understand. Is he just
People are expecting to make money off of GTA
yeah?
6,
But
and
people
it's
are gonna
like,
only gonna buy it, with a markup if it's not available, and they're how can they run out if there's no physical? So there's no physical copies, right?
that's what they were
Zero.
saying. I think
No physical.
eventually they will, but like at release, there'll be zero physical copies, right? So if you pre order it, and that's the thing too. If he activates any of those, they like will automatically sign him up for their like Rockstar GTA Plus
Yeah.
subscription thing. So it'll be $7 a month per fucking like. That's what I heard. Is like if you pre-order the game, it signs you up with your bank account information for their subscription to the fucking shit. So it's just like I don't get the dude's game. I don't understand, but that's a real thing. He pre-ordered it like so many times. It ended up being like $51,000 worth of just that fucking game. It
I
was like,
hesitate to call him an
dude,
idiot because I feel like he's got something up his sleeve, but um,
I don't know.
from the outside, he looks like an idiot.
Yeah,
I mean, for real, hundreds
yeah, I'd probably way more
of
for it to be like
subscriptions.
$50,000
So
because
he's going to
like
get
it's like $100.
monthly dues on top of what he paid for the actual
I think so.
copy itself.
I'm pretty sure because that's what somebody else was saying was that you sign up for that shit and it gives you a
I mean, he can cancel.
subscription to their GTA Plus. But if you don't, it just automatically starts charging you because it signs it up for you apparently.
Yeah,
So that's like another like their greed knows no bounds. You
right.
know, the publisher itself is just like give me money,
That's
give me
crazy.
money.
That is crazy.
Like they're not gonna make ugu bucks. You know,
Oh yeah.
they're gonna make ugu fucking bucks off of this game for like at least a decade. You know, um,
You think it'd be the last one?
I don't know. I don't know if their single player stuff doesn't sell. You know, like if people don't. Because imagine dumping billions of dollars into like one version of the game that you can't really change, you know? Because it's like the thing with story games versus multiplayer games or like mobile games or anything like that where the game is simpler and it's just sort of like a competitive thing
Right.
or something like that. A story game is like a huge investment, and to make something that stands out nowadays takes a lot of time and money.
Right.
So imagine that doesn't pan out, you know? A multiplayer game or mobile type of game, they are safer, they are way safer investments, you know, because you can keep them alive for a lot longer. You can keep people coming back and spending money way easier. With single player games, they're pickier. You know, you gotta have a
Yeah.
good story. You gotta
Yeah.
fucking make the game pretty. You gotta do all these things. And like right now, they could ruin the people that have the copy of the game and stuff can like ruin. They already pretty much are like ruining the experience of like getting to experience this game without any surprises, because that's like the best part about these games is getting to genuinely just be like have it unfurled in front of you, you know.
The thing that, what if this person like is seeing some things? If he's under an NDA and he has, you know, worked for this company,
Yeah,
um, which sounds pretty obvious if he has that type of access. Um, it almost feels like a little bit of a of guerrilla espionage. Like he's trying to undermine them on purpose to hopefully, in his mind, bring about, and like you said, um, disgruntled worker. But I feel like that might oversimplify it when people have, just like with Facebook and people that have worked for a lot of these massive corporations that have ungodly amounts of power. You know what I mean? They have power over entire populations, sometimes global
yeah,
populations like Facebook, and they can manipulate the way people think and easily steer um, pop culture pretty like at will with just a couple moves on their part.
yeah,
The ripple effect is pretty quick. So if somebody was that disgruntled, I could see somebody hoping to like undermine their bottom line. You know,
yeah,
maybe there was something. I mean, it's a company that you like because you like their games. They're really good at producing them, and maybe there's something in there that this person perceives as really nefarious. You know, other than you know running over old ladies on shopping carts or whatever. I don't know. That's again, I haven't played the game, so I'm
yeah.
like talking out of my ass. I have no idea I do know that you can pretty much, you know, do anything in
Yeah,
GTA, um, and that's been that way for a long time. I can only imagine that those freedoms have expanded,
yeah.
with what people can do inside the game. So, and from what you're saying, it's one person that's doing this,
It
or
could
a
be.
group.
It's probably a group is the more likely matter.
And do you think that maybe it is a I don't know how else to put it other than like a guerrilla organization that is bent on bringing down their conglomerate because they found. Do you think it's entirely that there's a just a monetary motivation
Yes.
on their end and not like
Yeah.
something altruistic or
No,
anything like
they
that?
already put out a manifesto that was like,
Like we
"Yo,
just want
release
money.
physical games again, or we're gonna keep doing this. We're doing this for the state of
Well,
gaming.
on
Also, here's our meme coin. It's plastered everywhere.
yeah,
Fucking please donate. Please use this.
and
Do
on
it."
their end, they're
Hmm.
using a
They're holding the game at
an
ransom.
altruistic leverage, but ultimately
There's more going into it.
monetarily motivated.
They are holding the game at ransom. They are literally being like, "Hey, if you give us $3 million, we'll go into the strip club and record that section next." Like they like literally are as immature and as like greedy as it gets. It is not a Robin Hood situation or anything like that. It is,
No, no, no. I'm not. I agree with you. What I'm saying is like
yeah,
they are putting their um, manifesto out there as like being
just save
somewhat
space.
altruistic. Like they like bring back physical copies.
I mean, this guy's got a
Like this
full
is
on,
that has got that Robin Hood feel. But
yeah,
then they have they're like, oh, and by the way, you can donate right here.
hmm, yeah. I mean, they got like a full on alias. It's just called Cyber Leak. You know, is the name of like the actual hacker. God damn it! I do that too much.
What?
I yank my headphone cord out. It's
You
caught
did
on
not
everything.
cut out on my end at all.
Well,
So.
the mic didn't cut out, but my headphone, I can't hear anything.
Oh, okay. I didn't know which plug in.
But yeah, it's crazy. It is literally as bad as it gets for Rockstar and GTA 6 right now. You know, it's
That is
like kind of it's
interesting.
unsafe to be on Instagram because like Instagram's a fucking hellscape for just seeing random shit. You know, you'll be like, oh, funny meme. Oh, there's like my cousins and stuff. There's like some of the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. Just all of a sudden, like right there in front of my face, or
Mm-hmm.
just like obvious propaganda, or like when you're going through shorts on anything, it feels it's so easy to just have that shit filtered in, just whatever they do want you to see or whatever, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And it's the same thing with leaks. It's the same thing with movies. If like any movie I'm excited for, if it like comes out or something like that, it's like I can't go on Instagram because like somebody has posted something about it.
Yeah.
That is a rule. If somebody leaks GTA 6, that dude, Instagram knows I give a fuck about that shit. So it will probably filter feed me that without even realizing. It's already
Yeah,
happened
more
once
than
where I'm
likely.
scrolling through and it's like, oh, this looks like and I'm like out of there quick, but it
Yeah.
sucks. It sucks. I already plan on getting the shit and like doing what I'm gonna do. You know, I don't want to have it spoiled,
Yeah.
which sucks. But that's how it goes sometimes. It's like always how it goes.
Well, it seems like finally, after what'd you say, 13 years,
In
November
or out.
is the end of the wait.
Yeah, they're not moving it. They don't plan on delaying
I
it.
have
Their
a feeling
marketing
it'll
isn't
be
going to
just fine
change. Yeah.
as far as that goes. Those
Well, I mean,
guys,
if
they're
they
gonna be
do
fine.
those things to that extent, it'll do something. But the game's coming out at that point. Nothing about that's changing. You know, I think they're still going to make a lot of money.
They're gonna make plenty,
Yeah, and it's still again,
and it'll
it's
still
gonna
be a
it
fun
has its
game.
investments for the future. You know.
Like, so if it's leaked to that extent,
Yeah.
you obviously haven't absorbed enough of it for it to ruin it for you.
No. but I've already seen enough to be like, one, my foundation. Like, I was kind of feeling shaky about buying it, because a lot of people have just been like, it's gonna be like every other game. It's gonna be fucking ass. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be that. It's gonna da 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 da. And it's like nobody like realizes that these guys are and have been different from like 90% of game developers for a really fucking long time.
Yeah.
They're not like other game developers. And like the current state of game development is what they are complaining about. But this still is the team that made Red Dead 2, at the end of the day. So I still like have hope, you know?
Yeah.
But then after seeing the couple that I did see, the couple leaks, it was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely playing this. This is exactly what I was hoping. So I am, you know,
What if
I got
this is
what I
a
needed, I
company-wide
guess.
campaign?
I thought about that. I was like, do you think this is? But I think it's too. I think it's too much.
I
Because
mean,
their stocks are dropping. Like their investors are
right now.
genuinely, yeah,
Right now.
yeah. They're like investors are genuinely just like, dude, I'm pulling my money out of this. There's
Guarantee
no
you these
way.
dudes are gamblers anyway.
Yeah, you think it's just a big insider
I
job
mean,
headed by like the top dudes at
they
Rockstar to make
and
more
it's pretty
controversy?
safe. It's pretty safe.
They've always like gotten more
Have they gotten
publicity
any law
through
enforcement involved?
controversy. Oh yeah, well that's what I was gonna say. The dude who did this back in 2022 literally got institutionalized, like called
No,
a crazy
this
person,
this
and then moved
specific
to like
one.
life in prison
This one, if they haven't
for
gotten
leaking
any,
a video game.
what I'm saying is, if GTA has not gotten any law enforcement involved that hasn't been
Yeah,
somehow, corrupted by it, um, which is always possible. You have to think about that. It's always possible.
yeah,
Um, but it's like you said, 30-year-old company. It is intent on staying relevant. Um, it's kind of a situation with a company like this that no press is bad press, and the more press, the better. So, if they are somehow creating this from the inside and they haven't like spent a lot of taxpayers' money by involving the FBI and all of that. I say that hesitantly because I guarantee you that they can be involved to a certain extent and be okay.
Well, a lot of groups are like subpoenaed, so I think
Yeah.
there's no way the law enforcement is not involved. It's a
Hmm.
huge deal. These types of leaks are huge breaks of contracts.
Again,
like
I mean,
multi-million
again,
dollar, $1 billion
there's like, I
deals.
mean,
Like the
there
level is just there's no way.
there
That's not
like
even a question
there's
I would
entire
have
narratives
because
like
it's like
written about
yeah,
like stories like this that have happened where people do this from the inside. Now, I'm not saying that they did, but
I don't
from
think
from
so.
from
It's just
it's
so
it's
big.
nothing but good for them. They can absorb the impact. They
I
really
don't
can.
know.
They're
This
big
is the
enough.
level of stuff that might actually like fuck their shit for a
You don't
long
think they're big
time.
enough?
They're big, but
This
like
might actually
this,
bring them back
nah, they are there.
bigger than ever.
They are like no, they're there. They've been there. They have not like lost that throne yet. That's the thing.
People are sitting there
this
eating
is like
popcorn,
their
watching this shit
most.
happen, going like, "Holy shit!
Yeah, people
What do
are
you think's gonna
hyped to see
happen?"
them hurting because they're like unhappy with their whole greedy practices.
Hmm.
People are stoked. There's like literally people that are just like, yeah, serves those motherfuckers right. And then there are others that are like, this is gonna hurt the game. That's all I care about is the game. I don't really give a fuck about Rockstar. I'm not like a fan of Rockstar.
And
I
like you
want
said,
to play good games.
the
And
game
they
is probably going to be
have-
okay.
maybe.
It's already made.
The game is pretty much made. You're right. So yeah, I guess it's like whatever, at the end of the day.
I think that all the controversy will do nothing but enhance your sales in the end. People love it.
I guess
People
if people
love
see
it.
too much of it, it can definitely hurt sales. Because
I
some people
mean,
just want to see it, you know?
again, you know me, I'm an outsider on the gaming side of things, but I
Yeah.
have seen this happen in other areas, and
When they're big enough, they do just eat them, but like it still is hurting them. The damage, like damage, is already happening. Like the company is already like its stock is fucking dropping hard. You know,
yeah,
like that's never a good thing.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, like I don't know. You know, it's interesting to see. It's agonizing to wait, especially when you got this shit out there, because it's just like, damn. Sometimes
And then you're gonna play the
I'm just
game. You're gonna buy
excited.
it anyway. You're gonna give
Yeah,
them your money. You're gonna buy it. You're gonna play it and beat it, and it'll be all done and over. And I think they will
that's always
still
how it
have made
goes.
their
It's
what
always
trillions
how
at
it's
this
been.
point.
Probably. Who knows at the end? You know, the rich get richer, right?
Was that the biggest controversy that you had that
Pretty
was
much. I mean,
boiling
that's
in the gaming
like,
world?
well, I mean, that's yeah, that's like the biggest
Yeah,
gaming controversy
it's a
out
big
there.
it's a big deal. I
I
can
would say
even from my vantage point, I can
everybody,
see that.
if you're into gaming even a little bit, you hear about the GTA
Makes
sways
me want to look it up.
because
I wish you would have had some like articles queued up, some things like about this because I would like to see
well,
that.
I get my information as I always do from YouTubers, you know, and it's like I don't want to just throw on another video, you know, for
Yeah,
our
but I mean it
video.
helps. It helps with the
But
whole
these are things that this I
with
like.
this presentation.
I know. I'll figure it
Just
out.
to have
We'll get a
something to
video for the background on one of these days,
just to
ladies and
have something
gentlemen.
to like look at and get a little bit of background on it from another person's mouth other than hearsay.
Yeah. Hopefully the quality on this one has been good because this seems to be struggling this entire
Well, how about
time.
this? Why don't you look that up real quick? See what the current status is on GTA release
But
and the espionage that's been going on.
you just want me to find like a article?
Yeah, but we can be more specific if you want. Like, look up GTA 6 leak. Let's see what we got. Is there any way to put that on the screen that everybody can see
Yeah. I just want to find
once
what
we
we're
get it?
looking for.